A Babysitter's Worst Nightmare by Stevie Stroka. For the past 4 years, I have been babysitting for the same family. When my old teacher asked me if I would nanny over the summer for her 1 and 3-year-old, I was hesitant. I had never done anything like that before, but I knew I was up for a challenge. Meet Maeve and Isla. Maeve is now 7 and Isla is now 4. In the beginning, Isla was slow to warm up to me. Maeve, on the other hand, became my mini-me. She loved spending time with me and would cry at the end of the day when it was time for me to go home. Maeve was always so wild. She loved doing gymnastics and doing flips on her trampoline. By the time I would leave every day, I'd be exhausted from chasing her around. We spent our days baking, painting, watching movies, going to the pool, and mostly going to the park. They loved going to the 2 parks by their house, which were deemed the red and the blue park. We also loved exploring new parks, too. Sometimes we would drive to different parks in the area and compare those to the parks by home. I swear those girls could stay at the park all day long if they had the chance. It was a day like any other that summer. I got to their house at 8 a.m. just like I always did. We had breakfast together, and knowing Maeve's strange taste buds, it was probably a morning where she was craving tomato soup, which was her favorite. Every morning, I'd get the girls dressed and fix their hair. Not long after I got to their house, Maeve had asked, just like she always did, if we could go to the park. Of course we can, I gleamed. I wrestled Isla into her gym shoes and lathered the girls in sunscreen. I packed snacks and water and sandwiches, and then we were off. They loaded into the wagon, and we began our walk. Right at the light pole, right at the corner, another right down the hill, down the twisty, unshaded road, past Maeve's best friend's house, around the corner, and up to the park. By the time we got there, I was a sweaty mess. Before I could even unbuckle her baby sister, Maeve was off. Her perfect brown curls quickly became a sloppy, sweaty pile on top of her head. Up the ladder, down the slide, climb up the mini rock wall, race Isla to the swings, and Maeve always won. Isla was still learning her gross motor skills, so she couldn't move like Maeve did. I'd have to pick her up and hold her hand while trying to get her onto the playset. I couldn't leave her unmonitored. That wasn't an option. While we were on the playset, Maeve would run around and call out to us to play with her, which was natural and understandable. However, because of Isla being so little, it made it difficult from time to time. I had to stay with Isla to make sure she was safe. Maeve called up to the playset to Isla and I and said, "Stevie, I want to do the monkey bars." Maeve had just started practicing the monkey bars in gymnastics class. Her parents had a strict rule that she wasn't allowed to do the monkey bars without someone holding her until she mastered it in gymnastics. "1 second, Maeve," I called back. "I have to get Isla down from the playset." It felt like the next series of events happened in slow motion, almost like I knew what was about to happen before it even started. Maeve took a deep breath and grabbed the first monkey bar in front of her. I had my back turned as I carried Isla down the steps. In a matter of seconds, I could hear the loud crunch, followed by the most blood-curdling scream. I set Isla down as fast as I could and raced to the monkey bars. I got nauseous just at the sight of Maeve's broken arm. I knew it. It dangled in the most perfect snap beside her as she laid on the wood chips. I picked her up and comforted her as I searched for my phone to call her mom. I called 8 times with no answer. I had no choice but to try to run home. I put the girls back in the wagon as painlessly as I could. Then we had to make the same trek back home. Maeve screamed in the wagon as we went around the corner, past her best friend's house, up the twisty, unshaded road, left at the hill, left at the corner, and another left at the light pole. As we pulled into their driveway, I was a wreck. I was sobbing, Maeve was sobbing, and Isla was too. We were all scared, and Maeve was obviously in so much pain. Her mom ran out of the house. All I could do was keep saying I was so sorry and that I knew her arm was broken. Luckily, both of her parents worked from home that summer. They were able to take Maeve to the hospital right away. I stayed with Isla for hours while they were gone. I sat in silence while Isla napped and reflected on how horrible I felt. It took 5 hours, but Maeve finally came home. Her mother greeted me with a hug, and she said exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. "This is not your fault."